In this video, I'm going to talk about civic and personal responsibility. Now, if you're a dude in the UK, you've seen what's going on. If you're not, if you're a little bit switched on, reading between the lines, you know what's happening, man. It's an invasion, it's a replacement. You call it what it is, it's absolutely fine. You know what I mean? Let's talk it out, right? Because the stories I want to talk about today is that massive dump of rubbish in Oxford. I'll put something up here now about it.
It's just shocking to see the scale of what's taken place here. Behind me, I think we're probably 20 feet high or so, but running back along this site, doubles in height, and you can see the depth. We're talking hundreds at least, if not thousands of tons of waste. And it's just extraordinary that this could have taken place and that the criminals have put so much waste into our environment.
I also want to talk about a doctor who was treating kids like illegally doing circumcision, and he's had to pay £1. I'll put that up there now as well. And then I'm going to talk about the enemy within, the Rachel Millwoods, the Moth and Alleys, the people in the Green Party, the people that are moral licensing all this kind of hatred towards immigrants and stuff for their own potential value. I'll try and remember to mention those three things. But look, let's just talk about it a little bit. When you get something like this massive river of rubbish, apparently it's like 6 tons worth of rubbish being dumped up near Kidlington, River Cherwell in Oxford. Some men have done that. Now, the men might look like me. They might look like other people. They might be immigrants. It doesn't matter. But some men, I'm sure it is men, have done this. And we need to go after these people because it's going to cost you money. They've stolen from you. They've stolen from me. People say I'm sensationalizing stuff. Tell me how I'm not. They've already said it's going to cost them more than their annual budget to clear this up.
The enormous amount of waste here would be greater than the entire budget of Cherwell District Council. That's not something that local residents and taxpayers can afford, which is why I took the issue to government to say that we need urgent help. What's happening is across the country, criminal gangs are dumping waste on this scale.
So I put that story up there. More than the annual budget, 150 metres long, 6 meters high, and it's happened in one go apparently. And you're telling me that no one has seen all the dumper trucks come up, that no one knows anything about this? I think people know about this. I think we go after the people driving those trucks, the people that organised it, the people in the council that facilitated it, the people that failed to protect the land. We go after everyone. We jail everyone. We make a point about this, guys, because if we don't, we're going to end up like South Africa at the moment. I speak to a lot of South African guys out there at the moment. They're like, guys, you're coming just like us. It's happening to you now. We can see it. There's a lot of love coming from South Africa. And I've got a lot of love for South Africa as well. I went there. It was an amazing place. My wife, family from Rhodesia. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful place. All right. But we're becoming like them and we have a chance to stop it. But it comes down to personal and individual civic responsibility. I'll talk about that in a minute. So those people need to be caught. We need to be scanning all the CCTV. We need to be going into all the businesses. Like, how is that waste generated? It's all been chopped up. It's hard to identify. Let's start identifying that waste. Where's it come from? What building projects have happened locally? You'll probably find it's something to do with the council, the charges the council are making for the depositing of rubbish. Someone said it was like something like £5 to dump a ton of rubble or something, and it's going to go up to £150, like a massive, like next year or something. And it's going to be, we're going to see more of this is what I'm saying. We're going to see more of it. But it's going to cost you. Your council tax is going to go up. Of course it's going to go up. It has to go up. And you'll be complaining about it. It's going to go up. So we have to do something about it. What's that mean? Eyes on swivels, looking after areas. You know how it is, guys. You've got to start becoming a threat to your area as a man. Remember what Jordan Peterson said about meek people from the Bible, yeah? He said about the meek. The meek should inherit the earth. Everyone's like, oh, the poor are going to inherit the earth. No, it's not the poor, mate. It's not the poor. It's the men who have the ability to do great damage, but they choose not to. They choose not to. Now, you know I play films on here or people on trains shouting their mouths off, that kind of stuff. You've got to be a man on that train looking at that dude and saying, no, mate, it's not happening. If you get into a ruck, you get into a ruck. And so, yes, we need to do a bit of training. We're not looking for violence. No one's looking for violence. But you've got to be willing to deliver it or to stop it if you see it happening, because it could be happening to your family or your wife. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not speaking out of turn here. You know, am I speaking out of turn? Hit the comments and let me know, mate. Honestly, I'm not being funny if I am. I don't think I am at all. I'm saying there's an opportunity for you to do something great with your life right now, and this is it. There's no other opportunity. If you wanted to fight, and I'm not saying that it was Muslims that did the rubbish dump at all. It's a completely separate subject. But if you want to fight, and you need a fight, we all need fights in us. We're men. We need something. Women need it a little bit as well, but not as much as men do. There's no better fight to have than fighting Islam on Christian English land. That's the fight we're getting to. You know, I hate Islam. I hate it. In Middle Eastern countries, I understand that. 56 countries Islam has gone into. 56 countries Islam has taken over. And now it's here. And people are telling me it's not going to take over. And those people telling me that are people like Rachel Millwood, Moth and Alley, people like the deputy leaders and the leaders of the Green Party. People, as I said, that have moral licensing. That will say, we want immigrants. We want immigrants. They should be immigrants living in hotels. It's amazing. We need more immigrants. I don't want them here. I just don't want them in my constituency. But I want immigrants, like Rachel Millwood is saying. I'll play you a clip right now.
My second question is actually directly to you, Rachel. It does actually go to you as well, James. You did a video the other day, Rachel, saying that all of these people, you know, doctors and engineers and surgeons that are coming here, and we should give them the right to work. Now, firstly, engineers, doctors and surgeons do not come from France on a dinghy and throw their medical certificate overboard. It's not a joke, Rachel. I'm serious. You do not have the capabilities to do this. You don't understand the small boat crisis. Step down, both of you, and let someone else take lead and actually get us what we need and represent this community, because you don't.
People like this, these are the dangerous people. And if you don't challenge these people, I was chatting to a woman this morning, right? And she's a great friend of mine. I love her to bits, right? She's an absolutely lovely woman. She's in a public sector. She's a woman in a very heavily male-dominated area. And she was trying to tell me, look, Tim, this woman's LGBT, by the way, all right?
You preferred your pronouns to be
they and them.
they, them. Okay.
So, do you need me to explain how to use that?
Nope, because I'm not going to.
She was telling me she's been over to America recently, and people in New York are fleeing it because of Trump. I was like, hang on. Trump doesn't run New York. It's that Muslim guy, Madami, I think it was his name. He said, yeah, but Trump's got rid of all the black and all the gay people in his administration. I was like, no, he hasn't. That's a complete lie. I don't know where you got that from. What he does, the way that America works, when a new administration comes in, they do root out the old administration. Unlike the civil service here, the civil service here stays the same. Their civil service, as it were, their administration, they change out all the Democrats, Republicans. It's a bit kind of weird. But like Scott Bessent is an openly gay man. He's running the secretary, I think he's secretary for the Treasury, if I remember correctly. Scott Turner, he's a black guy. Before him was Ben Turner. They were running the housing and the urban development schemes, I think they were. Black men, gay men, they're all there. Women are there. Trump's not getting rid of these people. He's just putting his own people in. And I think I think what we're listening to is a lot of victimhood. We're professional. We're weaponizing victimhood. You see what I mean? Does that make sense? It's like, oh, woe is me. I'm a gay woman, or woe is me. I'm a black man, or woe is me. It's like, no, fucking get. And it's not even the case. I know black dudes write to me, all right? And they say, thank you for saying it, Tim. Because most black men are like, dude, I'm grafting like you believe right now. I'm making money for my family. Good people. Of course they are. I've got Muslims that write to me, good people. I just don't want Islam in the UK. No place at all for it in the UK. All right. And there's this thing as well. Recently, I saw down in Bristol. We've got to stop this. There's like judges that must be in the Freemasons or something like this. It's got to be this weird Freemason group. So I've never joined. I've been invited many times, by the way. I've never joined for many reasons. I think the Freemasons do good work when it comes to charity and stuff like this. I do not want that. I do not want that assistance. Everything I do is by myself. I know it's harder. I know I could be wealthier. Yes, people write to me all the time. Tim, this lodge, you're invited to join. I understand it. I don't want anything to do with it. For many reasons, my grandfather was very high up. I could have joined the lodge, very high up. I'm all right, thank you. But I think judges must be part of this, because this guy was doing this. I believe he was a Muslim man, immigrant, definitely. It says it in the piece. I'll put the piece up here now. I'll put it up there now. And he was doing these circumcisions on people, it seems. And he was causing the massive damage, right? Massive damage. He made like £3,000 out of something like this, right? But because he's got no kind of assets or anything like that story's up here, by the way. He'd been found guilty, like he'd done 39 offences or something. When the judge found him guilty, he charged him £1 and told him he had to pay £1, else he's going to go to jail. Hasn't even jailed the guy for the damage he did. Yeah, the headline was sensationalist, like an exploding penis, whatever, you know what I mean? It's awful. But look, I'll just finish this off now. I just want you to think about, if you can, you don't got to listen to me. You haven't got to listen to me at all. But your role as a man and your role as a woman, I know a lot of women watch this as well, good women, okay? But as a man especially, your role as the protector of society is not just a protector of you, not just a protector of your family, because if you don't look out in society and start protecting your community, your family will become more vulnerable, mate. Because you can't be with your daughters or your wife the whole time. My wife goes into London a lot. She's looking around the whole time. She's never using her phone on the street. She's walking close to the shop. She can always go into a shop. She's carrying something on her, which is good for muscle strains, shall we say. You know what I mean? It's not a pepper spray, but it's good. She does a lot of athletics. Sometimes you've got to spray those muscles. So she's aware. But I'm not there to guard her, and you're not there to guard your people as well. So you have to be, every man has to be responsible in their community. They have to be a stand-up guy, looking out, training guys. You must train. The reason we train is not so that we can go and do the old boxing. If you want to box or Brazilian jiu-jitsu, absolutely fine, I get that. But it's not going to help you with 5 assailants, don't get me wrong. It's about the spiritual fitness. We train for the spiritual fitness. We train hard every single time we're training, we're thinking, I'm doing this so I can survive an attack. I'm doing this so I'm sharper. I might be able to run away from a knife attack. We're doing this so that I have the mental fortitude, because I've thought about my mortality and my existence, that I can put myself in the way of a knife attacker on a train, and I can protect someone's 15-year-old schoolgirl from being stabbed by some bloody immigrant mate. That's why we're training. That's why we're doing the burpees, the press-ups, we're doing the lifts. It's not easy. I never said it was, mate. We've had an easy life. But this is the end of it now. That's all I'm saying. We've got to do some work now, because our standards have fallen too low, and we need to elevate those standards now. For me, for you, for everyone around us, for our families and other people's families. That's the thing we've got to do. We've got to stop listening to these people that are dragging our society down. We've got to say it's not good enough, mate. You're not good enough for me. That's what I've got to say to people. And you've got to say the same thing to me. Tim, you need to be working harder, mate. You need to be working harder. And I'll be like, 100%, mate. I get you. I get you. You are right. You are right. And I will work harder, and I will go and do some lifting today, because I know you need me to work harder for you, and I know I need you to work harder for me and our families and everything else. Guys, I really appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. Let's get those people that dumped that rubbish in that next to that river in Oxford. Let's get them. Let's bring them to justice. All right. It's not acceptable. Not in this country. Tim Davies, Fast Jet Performance.